Well, we're here in Manhattan today. The sirens are going by. People are going by too. And we're still breathing air. I know I'm disappointing many a hater hates the fact that I'm still breathing air, including the demonic. They're just like, Kyle, why do you keep going on? Why are you so relentless? Well, you should ask my Father in heaven, because he's the one who provides the strength. He's the one who built me. So, you should ask him. But we are here, and it kind of smells a little bit fresh, actually, because we have some flowers, and you have a little bit of humidity, which makes things kind of fresh. But let's talk about something with some substance to it, right? Who made the flowers? We know, Jesus. Who made the humidity? Jesus made that too. You see, there's not a single thing here that God didn't make. Now, things can be used for evil. Things can be perverted and misused. And people who align themselves with the demonic can make some pretty nasty creations, right? So what's so good about a nuclear bomb? What's so good about HIV, right? Some good questions. God made everything perfect. Sin entered the world when humans rebelled. We have to take accountability. Humans rebelled, and that's where the sin came into the world. And with it, cursing, disease, famine, and death. And these fallen entities are the result of it. Now, a gun can be used to protect someone. It can be used to hunt an animal and eat an animal. It can also be used to murder someone, right? So these things, these devices, can be used for good or for evil. God created everything, though. He tells us that. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was God. He was in the beginning. Everything that was created was by Him. Jesus. Jesus is the Word. So, we look around. I sometimes call it a matrix because I see really clearly through all the fakery, the deception, the lies, and I see how everything is just kind of temporary. And it's physical. I mean, this is real. This is tangible material. But it's like, it's not going to last. It's not going to last. Everything here is going to be cast away, and there's going to be a new heaven and a new earth made. So, that's one thing the believers can take heart in. And a warning for those who are of the natural mind, who are just in tune with the natural world, is that everything we do here ultimately is going to perish. It's all going to be cast away, forgotten, really. And I get that idea, people wanting to leave a mark on the world and do something great. I have that ambition too, to want to do something great. So I get that. But we need to direct that appropriately towards our Creator and serve Him and be aligned with His purpose. Because before I was aligned with Jesus, I was trying to do a bunch of things for my own vain glory. Try to leave a name for myself, for the stupid things, I say stupid, for the silly things that I was interested in doing. All for vain glory. Not knowing that everything, including those other things, including this video, will eventually be cast away. This earth is going to pass away, and a new earth is going to be formed in its place, and a new heaven. So, really, the things that we do here should be aligned with God and for His purpose, because you can try to leave a mark on this earth, but it's going to be forgotten. Not even in the sense that time is just going to keep going on. No, there is an end point where this earth is going to be deleted and a new earth is going to be put in its place. So it's not even going to be like a time capsule floating out in space for somebody to discover later. It's going to simply be deleted. Check the Bible for yourself. Check that Bible, which every prophecy that's been in it has been fulfilled up until this point, and everything that will be fulfilled is going to be fulfilled as well. So there is going to be a new earth and a new heaven, and the old will be passed away, be tossed away. So everything here, it's like, it's temporary, it's temporal. My flesh, It's temporary. The Spirit is truly what matters. People's souls are truly what matters. So as a Christian, I go out there, I share this truth with grace to try to reach people and to cut through the matrix of lies and the matrix of deception and the matrix of pleasures, to cut through the heart of that and say, look, you need to turn from your sin and follow Jesus if you want life. That is the end-all mission of missions. That's what Jesus came here to do. That's what he sends us out to do as well. And I can only give God glory for this because I didn't come to this realization on my own. I didn't just wake up one day and realize, hey, the silly films and, self-indulgent music I was making is all going to pass away and I should focus my efforts more on something eternal. No, I didn't come to that realization on my own. It comes from Jesus. Everything, my perspective, it all comes from Jesus. Everything good that I do comes from Jesus. And in my efforts, I direct towards him as well. So I want to make that very clear. But he is the one who made the difference. Now, the way that my will and his intertwines, ultimately I know that he's chosen me. He knew me before the creation of the world and he was going to save me. I was his sheep. He knew that. But I still remember that moment where I was in my New York apartment. I got down on my knees and I prayed out to God. I was like, God, I am riddled in this drug addiction and I have nowhere to go. My life has just turned really bleak and I'm really not happy at all. And I prayed out to God in general, not knowing that it was going to be Jesus, but I was just like, God, I want you to use me. I want you to use me. I'm tired of this meandering type of life that I've been living. It's just so mundane. Use me, God. I prayed that prayer. And then a couple months later, someone led me to Jesus. And then something kind of the switch flipped. And I've been following Jesus ever since. So the way that my will, I made that choice to say, I'm done with this darkness. I want to follow Jesus. And the way his will, he knew that I was going to do that eventually, intertwines, that's beyond my comprehension. And I can't articulate a very clear response for anybody who asks about that. That is just God. I mean, it's God. He's created everything here. His ways are so much higher than mine. I'm down here working with a camera and a microphone in New York. He is making the entire earth operate, right? So his ways are infinitely higher than my ways, but he's still involved here very closely. He's very closely involved here. But I can't tell you the reason, I can't tell you how that all intertwines. But I do know that I made that choice. I turned from my sin and I followed Jesus, and I urge you to do it as well. Because this night that we're enjoying right now in New York City will turn to morning, and that night will turn to morning again. These days are going to keep passing away. And if you don't follow Jesus, separation from God will be your eternal destination. You need to choose to follow God here to have anything to do with him in eternity. If you reject him here, you will stay rejected for eternity. It's very simple. So I urge you, turn from your sin, follow Jesus, and if you are following Jesus, good. Hunker down in the scripture, get rooted in God. When those trials come your way, count it a joy, because it's going to make you a stronger soldier for Jesus. And be testing of the spirits in the communities that you're involved in. Just because someone says that they're a Christian doesn't mean that they actually are following Jesus. I encourage people to always test my spirits, be discerning of my own spirits, be discerning, ask the Father for discernment, and be discerning in general in the communities that you're in. Always be seeking discernment, because many false prophets have gone into the world and deceived people. And wolves like to parade themselves in sheep's clothing. So, be discerning. If you're following Jesus, that's a really good thing. That's the best thing anybody could do. Just follow Jesus, trust him. He will lead you exactly where he wants you to go. Right where he wants you to go, he will lead you there. You just got to follow and be faithful. Be faithful even when you don't understand. Keep following him. So, God's created everything. He created the humidity. He created the beautiful plants here and this little pigeon walking on the ground, striding on by. I think he was trying to get on the camera. Yeah, he looked back. He's like, the pigeon's like, yeah, I am. Well, he was too short. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your night and you have a beautiful rest of your night. Pick up the scriptures, call to God, and follow Jesus. All right, we'll see you on the next one.